Good morning,
Hey guys.
and it's Monday. Time changing everything. I honestly thought it was Friday because, you know, it just seemed like a Friday. But I'm here with these wonderful, amazing men. And I would like to, because I did ask the union rep, look at it, wait, if I could switch my Fridays to Mondays off, and he said no. So we're here, and tomorrow morning I hope to have a poster board if I remember, and it's gonna say I'm gonna be on camera, and I'm gonna say on strike. So we're going to, because everybody is going on strike, the Hollywood writers and all of this. So I feel as though as I can go on strike as well.
You're not a writer. You're not a part of Hollywood. So what you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about.
You're part of the Boucher household. So,
Oh, he is such a hard nose, I tell you.
yeah,
But my weekend was restful. I slept Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because spring break has started in our household. And I have to be strong, rested. I have to be on my A1 game for these rugrats, I tell you. So, welcome in, everybody. Just welcome in. And Tinker, tell me how your baby is doing, your grandbaby is doing too. Let me know. So, welcome in, everybody, and take it away.
Good morning and welcome in everybody to Go Live Together. We are your morning team for cruise and travel. I am Jeremy. This is Cheryl, and our wonderful co-host up top is Eddie and Scott. Good morning, gentlemen. How was your weekend?
Eddie was all over Georgia.
I know, right?
And he got pineapple.
Mr. World Traveler got pineappled on the road instead of the water this time.
yeah.
Oh my God.
We're gonna talk about that after show.
Oh,
That was absolutely one of the most hilarious things ever.
it was.
Yes.
It was. That was funny. Welcome in, everybody, to the replay. If you are here for the replay, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. And Scott, as I understand it, you had an unforecasted snowstorm.
Oh my gosh.
That was happening yesterday. What's going on?
Snow squall. We had probably about, like 5 or 6, like I said, unforecasted snow squalls that came out of nowhere. They were extreme. We had wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour.
Whoa.
Things were blowing. I went out there like 10 times, picked the garbage cans back up. It's still windy right now. We're still under a wind advisory. Actually, it's so windy. Right here is the current weather conditions here. It's 36 degrees, but look what the feel like is.
18?
18 degrees.
Yep.
That's how extreme the wind is right now, that it feels 18 degrees here. So it's been really bad. Luckily, none of the snow laid, but it was still really, really like shocking to see. I mean, it was a lot of snow too. It was probably close to an actual inch or an inch and a half, which doesn't seem like a lot of snow, but it's a lot of snow for now, right? For like March, right? So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, for those of you that have joined us on the live stream, good morning and welcome in. Happy Monday, everybody. Traveling with Tinkerbell has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
And says happy Monday and welcome back to Spring Forward Time Zone. Wishing each of you a fantastic day.
No.
Yeah, baby was getting up and getting dressed and everything, and I'm just sitting around wondering why she was doing all this. And then she was like, "Oh, what? We're not going to do the show today?" I'm like, "Oh, snap!"
Yeah.
Oh man, I was a hot mess this morning. I was planning on going back to sleep. I really was. Next up in the chat is Yo Brooklyn in the house. Eddie Lugo Studios has made it in. Next up in the chat, and I know they're cold, is Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Good morning.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they brought their cold weather.
I know. Cruising with Keith. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Keith had a news story yesterday. He talked about. I saw that. I watched a lot of YouTubers yesterday. A lot of YouTubers.
And Rooted in Essential Oils has made it in. Good morning.
He had an unboxing yesterday. I saw him.
Yeah, well, I spent the day, and of course, you guys would be the only ones that know about this. I spent the day running around the neighborhood, chasing down the blowing, broken down boxes.
Oh God!
Oh no!
And bringing them back so that they could sit there for 5 minutes before the wind took them and blew them off somewhere again.
Oh my!
And you know that was a lot of boxes.
Yes. Yeah.
Here's a pro tip: you need one cinder block. One cinder block would have just taken all of that.
I have a lot of cinder blocks, right? But I don't think a cinder block would have been strong enough.
All you gotta do is pack them up, box tape, stack them.
Duct tape. Yep.
The
No,
whole
box
thing
tape.
would have blew.
Box
The whole
tape,
thing?
nothing.
I don't know.
He had
It
too
was
many.
extreme. But here's the thing, though, right? I don't tape them up because I just stack them up in between the garbage cans. Because when the garbage truck comes down the road, it's got a mechanic arm that comes out and it just grabs the whole mess and throws it up over. Right?
Oh, you make
Right.
it easy for the trash person.
And in other words, they're not recycling then.
No, they are. We have two trucks. We have a recycle truck that comes by, and we have a regular truck that comes by. Two completely separate pickups, both on the same day within a couple of hours of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's two completely separate trucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same thing here, but the guy gets out of the truck and picks up the recycling and puts it in the bin.
Well, like our guy will pick it up if he has to, but otherwise they just use this massive mechanical arm that comes out from the side of the truck, grabs it, and throws it into the truck. So, of course, one truck has only got recyclables in it.
Yeah.
And another truck has got just regular garbage in it. So.
Right.
Nice. Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And he says, good morning. I am all thrown off. Missed every morning show this morning because of the time change everywhere else. Arizona doesn't change clocks.
No, they don't.
I was wondering if you yeah. But hey,
And I think there's an area in Indiana as well, not the entire state of Indiana, but a small area of Indiana also does not change their clock.
oh wow.
And you know what? I wish we didn't. I do. I don't like it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't understand it. The Senate voted unanimously on the Sunshine Protection Act, right?
Mhm.
Which is supposed to eliminate daylight savings time.
Right.
And they did that almost 2 years ago. I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't know why that hasn't moved, but this needs to be the last year because I'm really getting tired of it.
Okay. I don't like it.
Next up in the chat is Michael Ann Spoiled Mama.
Good morning.
Welcome in.
I still got to send her my picture.
Okay, and we got an announcement here. Cruising with Keith says, I'm officially a YouTube partner, but still need 986 hours to get paid from videos.
Oh, you will get
Fully
it.
monetized.
Yes.
You will get it. I'm like 20 hours or so, I guess, from being fully.
Oh, snap. Look who has made it back. PSV Odyssey has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome in.
Yeah,
That's why I was laughing earlier when I read that. I'm like, son of my gun.
Yeah. And he
He
says,
spent
Lugo, it was
Yeah,
it was
Eddie.
it was a joy meeting Miss Alice. Thank you for bringing her to Helen. Yeah.
He
That's-
wouldn't leave without her.
I know, right? And ahoy there, everybody. Captain Billy J.
Oh.
Travels, who was
Who let
also
that guy here?
has
Yeah,
made
seriously.
Who let that captain in here?
Destination Fun has joined us this morning. Hello, welcome in.
I think
Hi.
she was in Helen as well.
Was she there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
And then Danny.
Y'all had the usual suspects. Midlife Travels has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Ooh.
And let's see. Okay, Michael Ann says, today my baby boy turns 26, so we had a family dinner last night.
All
Nice.
right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from
Wait,
us.
let me get some balloons rolling in. There we go. That's for you.
Yes, that's for your son.
Mm-hmm. And public service announcement. Destination Fun says, I am taller than Eddie.
Sure. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Okay, Michael Ann Spoiled Mama has a weather report, 31 degrees Fahrenheit this morning.
Ooh,
That's cold.
that's cold. Scott's cold. She's cold. Oh my God.
Captain Billy.
Here was 38 a minute ago. It's 39 now. Partly sunny. So yeah.
Oof. All that cold weather. My goodness.
Munchkins.
Captain Billy J says, Eddie and Sherry, the Munchkins.
Mm.
I don't know. Captain says that he's 6'5", right? Yeah, look 6'5" to me.
Yeah.
Maybe 6'1", barely 6'1".
Oh,
if
okay.
anything.
About as tall as me, or just a tad bit taller?
I think shorter than you.
Oh,
You look taller. You are taller than him.
I'm only 6'1". Scott
Yeah.
Smith says, good morning, everyone. Not driving at home today. That's what I'm
All
talking
right, Mr. Smith.
That is what I'm talking about right there. Much
Saw
needed
him
rest.
Saturday and yesterday.
But thank you for coming into the show anyway, man. We appreciate you.
Yes. Very well. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Mike and Rihanna says, all our snow is gone, and this week is going to be in the 50s all week and sunny. I know that's right.
That's good weather. That
Yes,
is very good weather.
absolutely. And Captain Billy J says, ahoy there, Scott. It was nice meeting you this weekend. Yeah, y'all had some powerhouses over there.
Yeah, they did. They had some really big creators
Uh-huh.
in Helen.
All right. Let's see. Everybody is Hey, Snap, the cruise nuts have made it in. Hola, welcome in.
These nuts.
Yes.
Those nuts. Yeah.
And we got a donation of nuts in the chat. Thank you so much for those.
I like those nuts.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Captain Bill J says, Eddie can't judge the height well since he is so low to the ground. I am 6'4".
Okay. He looks tall.
He does look tall.
On the blogs, or that I've seen when he's doing the tours.
Yep. And
Because
Cruiser
I watch his stuff all the time.
McKee says, I love Mondays. That means it's 1 week closer to my next cruise. I know that's right.
I know that's right.
I celebrate every sunset because I'm like, it's one less till our last one, till the cruise day. Yep. All right. Well, with that being said, we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for us to show you the visitor that we have in town today. And it is none other than the Carnival Breeze has made it into town today. And it's very clear down there today. This video is just rather sharp.
Compared to how foggy those cams have been like most of last week, right?
Yeah. We had intense fog advisories day in and day out over the last few weeks, but it looks like it cleared up just in time for spring break and for the breeze to come in. If you are sailing away on this beautiful vessel, you're in town, we're waking up to 59 degrees with 80% humidity, 2-mile-an-hour winds, and cloudy. If you are sailing away, your sail away forecast is as follows: 68 degrees with 56% humidity and sunny.
Perfect weather.
Oh, yeah. Good day for a cruise. That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And then I checked to see where all of the other ships are, and here goes. In Galveston, the breeze is here. The Dream is in Key West, Florida. Oh, my
Your
goodness.
favorite
I want to
place.
be there. I want to be there. Carnival Jubilee is in Cozumel.
Soon.
The Prima is in Harvest Caye, Belize. The Voyager of the Seas is in Costa Maya. And at sea, we got the Regal Princess and the Harmony of the Seas and the Disney Magic.
Yeah, and the Regal Princess got some good rates too.
I saw them Holland America exclusive rates too.
They got some good rates.
My
too,
goodness.
Holland America.
Make me want to go bougie on everybody. I'm serious. They got some Carnival rates on there.
Like for every day for weeks and weeks, like probably actually more than weeks, like months. every day I would log into Carnival to be all these last minute $50 deals, right?
Mhm.
$50 for an interior cabin. But all of a sudden, just one day, maybe about 2 weeks ago, they just disappeared and they haven't come
We
back.
don't get those $50 deals.
No.
Maybe
And
because we're
we
down.
got
I mean, none of them ever worked out for me, but they were there for sure.
We got a cruise countdown in the chat. Michael Ann Spoiled Mama says, I'll be on the breeze in 224 days.
All right.
And we're going to
And
be
you're
back
coming
on
to Galveston
we're going to be back on Carnival in 231 days.
on the
In Tampa.
Paradise.
A week later in Tampa.
Yep. Cruising with Calandra has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And she is doing exactly what everybody else needs to do. If you're a creator here in the chat, please type in that magical word, #creator, #ELS if you're on Eddie's chat, and #TMD if you're in the Muster Drills chat. And Nightbot allegedly will drop your link. It doesn't seem to be working right now. I don't know. I'm going to go check that out here in a little bit just to see what's going on with my Nightbot. And we are caught up in the chat again, which means that it is time for everybody's favorite part of the show. Welcome to Jeremy Goes Bananas, the part of the show where I attempt to read what happened on this day in history.
This day.
Today is Monday, March 11th, 2024, and on this day in history in 1544.
Bananas.
Yeah. Started out right.
Torquato Tasso, the greatest Italian poet of the late Renaissance, was born in Sorrento in the Kingdom of Naples. In 1811, in Arnold, Nottingham, textile workers staged the first major Luddite riot in England, breaking the machinery that was causing their displacement. The protest launched a movement that spread throughout the country. In 1888, a winter storm began on the Atlantic coast of the United States, ultimately blanking New York City with 22 inches of snow and other areas with up to 50 inches. The Great Blizzard of 1888, as it became known, killed more than 400 people and caused widespread property damage.
That's why the Lugos left.
Right? In 1916, British politician Harold Wilson, who led the Labour Party to victory in 4 general elections and was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1964 to 1970 and from 1974 to 1976, was born. In 1918, one of the most devastating pandemics in human history reached the United States as the country reported its first cases of the Spanish flu. In 1926, African-American civil rights leader Ralph David Abernathy, who was Martin Luther King Jr.'s chief aide and closest associates during the 1950s and 60s, was born in Linden, Alabama. In 1930, William Howard Taft was the first U.S. president to be buried in Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia. In 1931, newspaper publisher and media entrepreneur Rupert Murdoch, founder of the News Corporation Ltd., was born in Melbourne, Australia. In 1941, the U.S. Congress passed the Lend-Lease Act. In 1942, during World War II, Allied forces in the Southwest Pacific Theater came under the command of U.S. General Douglas MacArthur following his tour on the Bataan Peninsula in the Philippines. In 1959, Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun became the first play by an African-American woman to be produced on Broadway. In 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev succeeded Konstantin Chernenko as the leader of the Soviet Union. In 1990, following a vote in the parliament, Lithuania became the first Soviet republic to declare its independence from the USSR. In 2004, Madrid suffered a series of terrorist attacks when 10 bombs detonated by Islamist militants exploded on 4 trains at 3 different rail stations, killing 191 people and injuring some 1,800 others.
I remember that.
Me too. Me too.
In 2006, Chilean politician Michelle Bachelet became the first woman to serve as the country's president as she was sworn into office. In 2020, the World Health Organization declared the COVID-19 outbreak was a pandemic. And finally, in 2011, an earthquake struck off the northeastern coast of Honshu, Japan, causing widespread damage in the country and triggering a devastating tsunami that instigated a major nuclear accident. And that will do it for On This Day in History.
I love that song.
Yep. Okay, we got another cruise countdown. Tinkerbell says we got 26 days till Odyssey of the Seas. That'll work. And Midlife Travel says 152 days until our 14-day cruise on the Carnival Liberty.
And Will G is on a perfect cruise right now.
Yeah. And
Well, me and some other people have 83 days. They're ours.
June. March, April, June. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm definitely on one before that.
Oh, you maybe have 3 or 4. Who knows?
What did I say?
6, 7, 8. Who knows?
It's a Cruise Life has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And yep, bananas. That's a banana moment. Rooted in essential oils is 6 days until the magic, and I believe that is Leo's birthday cruise.
Yes, it is. Yahoo.
That's right, baby. And let's see. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Scott to bring us the cruise and travel industry news.
However, before I do that, I have something for my co-host.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
They missed you.
Oh, God.
Yes.
I'm looking both ways. See? It's on this TV, too.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
look, kisses, sidewalk kisses.
Sidewalk kisses. Oof.
Oh, it's like this.
Morning, cruise news with Scotty. Banana.
And iguanas.
Yep, Miami iguanas.
Oh,
Urban iguanas. I love urban iguanas. I love it. Urban chickens and urban iguanas.
Yes.
Carnival unveils solar park to power popular cruise port. So it says here, Carnival celebrated the ribbon cutting of its new solar park in Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. The park features more than 1,800 solar panels that will ultimately supply 80% of the energy used at the 25-acre cruise port, and is the first installation of its kind with such close ties to a major cruise line. This will dramatically reduce the port's reliance on fossil fuels, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and other pollutants, and help preserve the natural beauty of the region, with all guests enjoy when they visit the richly vibrant port of call. As we bring guests to enjoy the beauty and rich culture of the Dominican Republic, we also take our environmental stewardship here and everywhere we visit very seriously, said Christine Duffy, president of Carnival Cruise Line. With this new solar park in Amber Cove, we will further our commitment to sustainability at our destinations by focusing on renewable energies, sources to power the vast majority of the port's needs. Also in attendance for the momentous occasion were local and industry officials as well as Carnival executives. It says here when the full solar park is operating at peak efficiency, the port is bustling. Overall greenhouse emissions are expected to be reduced by an approximate 1,000 tons per year. This is the equivalent of planting more than 30,000 trees. Since the first opening in 2015, Amber Cove has welcomed more than 3.6 million guests. As the ships get larger and the cruise travel popularity continues to grow, more and more passengers will be visiting the destination, and the use of the solar park will ensure Amber Cove remains as pristine and lovely for future visitors as it is today. A lot of people also don't know is that entire area of the Dominican Republic served as a lot of B-roll footage for the very first movie, Jurassic Park. So the opening of the solar park at Amber Cove is just the latest in sustainability initiatives by the Carnival Corporation. Many behind-the-scenes steps have been taken, for example, to upgrade the company's cruise ships across the various lines so that they can operate more efficiently. This includes upgrades to lighting and HVAC systems, hull designs and coatings to reduce friction, using shoreside power where possible, and committing to liquefied natural gas. Onboard waste has also been addressed in recent years with the elimination of plastic straws and other single-use plastics, steps taken to reduce food waste, and other small measures that add up to tremendous efforts. So it's very, I keep, for all the things that upset me about the cruise lines, they definitely are investing in reducing their carbon footprint, and
Yes.
I'm very happy about that. I applaud them for those efforts because outside of the regulations that many corporations have to deal with, the cruise lines would not have to do this, but they are, so definitely happy about that. So moving on, cruise passenger goes to extreme lengths to keep cabin secure. So it says here, cruising is generally one of the safest forms of travel. With surveillance cameras in most public areas and professional security teams on board, cruise lines actively work to keep their guests safe. Even so, it still doesn't mean passengers should let their guard down completely. Luckily, Victoria of Victoria's Way, a TikToker, posted tips to keep travelers safe. While her advice is primarily targeted towards women and solo travelers, among her 155,000 followers can be useful for anyone who feels the need to take extra precautions. One of her most popular cruise safety videos, which was posted on TikTok, has been viewed more than 29 million times. The video, which was filmed on a Royal Caribbean ship, Victoria takes her followers through her routine, her nightly routine before going to bed. So I have a quick video here from her TikTok channel, so you can see all the things that she goes through to secure her cabin every single day while she's on a cruise. So let's roll that video.
Wow.
So the article goes on to say that her latest video was posted on March 2nd on, again, how to stay safe on a cruise ship. And ironically, it came just one day before an arrest on the Symphony of the Seas. So I'm sure that further, solidified her concerns. So it says here, considering the timing of Victoria's video, it's quite likely she was on board the same 8-night Southern Caribbean cruise where the suspect was apprehended. So in the video, the influencer again shows how she barricades her door, but adds new tips. But she puts a coin on her door handle to see whether or not anybody, because obviously if somebody entered the cabin, the coin would be gone. So the article finishes off by saying, while the recent arrest on the Symphony of the Seas shows that anything can happen anywhere, incidents like this are few and far between, and that the cruise ships really are, again, one of the most safest ways to travel. And a lot of these cases are extremely isolated and very rare. So, but I just thought it was very interesting that someone goes to this extreme every single time, but yet still cruises.
Right.
Like, if you feel that unsafe on a cruise ship,
Don't cruise.
Don't cruise, right? Is kind of my point of it. But
And that's the way the news goes.
I'm kind of new to this cruising thing, but as I recall, those doors to the cabin open toward the inside of the room, and that double hanger thing, while it seemed like a genius idea, would fall if you open the cabin door.
Well, the Royal Caribbean doors open outward.
Really? Oh, that would be a pain.
They open outward.
Yeah. Oh.
And my the door on NCL Getaway opened outward.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always remember them opening inward.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Royal Caribbean, they all open outward.
Scott Smith, 62 days till the Carnival Vista.
You're going to love the Vista. I love the Vista.
Yeah, the Vista's awesome.
I do. I love it.
If I could say the food was better on there, that would be definitely an understatement. Mm-hmm. The Bud Files has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was reading Cruise Nuts comment.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to get to it in a second. It's a Cruise Life says, from a cruising point of view, I'd love to live in the USA. I know that's right. I know that is right. And let me see. Cruise Nuts. Oh, my God. That's just terrible, Mike. That's terrible. The way she looks in that video, I don't think she has anything to worry about anyone breaking in her room.
Oh, stop.
Controversial cruising. That is doing a lot. You're right. You're right.
But, I would be tired by the
time. Don't get me wrong. If you're single, female, you want to go through all that?
Yes.
You go right ahead.
Do it.
You do as much as you want, whatever you can. I would not go through that much. I mean, all I do is just make sure that door is locked, and that's it.
And go to sleep.
I mean, if you're on the
please forgive you come into the cabin, because I am handicapped and all that, but when it comes to grab you and tear you apart, I'm in it. So I do not care. Who will dare to come into the cabin?
Right.
Because I will love it. It's been too long for me. Please come into my cabin.
That's what I say. Come on in.
Journeys with Jude and Brady have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep. And once again, we are caught up in the chat.
And another thing is that we've never been on a balcony, so I mean, I'm not worried. We either get a window view, ocean view, or a stateroom. So I mean, if you guys come in.
I've only been in one ocean view cabin with a window ever.
Really?
It's either been a balcony or an interior.
Yeah.
One time I sailed in an ocean view, and that was on the Grandeur of the Seas, the last sailing before the shutdown of COVID.
And Can't Stop Walking but Love Mowing and Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
He's going
Hi.
to rising.
Also got a phone call coming in, and once again, I'm so sorry about this.
Really? I thought that's how you woke up in the morning.
No,
No, they're calling you for your car warranty.
No, it's a local number. Hang on, let me just
They're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
pretty much.
There you go.
And then the Cruising on the High Seas and Travel
And
has
Travel.
made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Lucky.
Yep, Lucky's in the house.
Are we sure it's lucky?
Well,
Or
Rob
Robbie.
better be at work.
Rob from Cruise Brothers is probably going to be saying, okay, yeah, I think Cruise Nuts feels the same way. My saying is, if you plan on entering my place without being invited, get right with God first and tell him you're on your way to see him.
That's
LOL.
right. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
Oof. Okay, so Scott, let's see what you have for the people here today. Do you feel safe on board a cruise ship?
I mean, obviously, more than just more than just what we mentioned in the article. I mean, there's definitely been some situations, even outside of some of the crew members. A lot of the stuff that's been in the news lately has been crew members who've been, doing cameras and things like that, or spying on little kids and stuff like that, or whatever. There's been a lot of other incidences. There's brawls and fights and stuff all the time. There's a lot of arguments, a lot of smaller, more isolated situations. You're never sure when, you say the wrong thing to the wrong person or whatever. There's smaller fights that happen that probably don't make the news. And, some of the older ships don't actually have as many cameras as people might actually think. When I was on Carnival Legend a few years ago, there was a rash of door decoration thefts on that particular sailing. And I was surprised, actually, to find out that when those people who had their decorations stolen reported it to security informed them there were no cameras in the corridors anywhere on that Spirit class ship. So the corridors were literally no cameras. So anything could happen there. You have no security footage of it. So in any event, it just led me to wonder, how safe. Now, I personally have never felt unsafe. On a ship, I've never been concerned about another passenger or an incident or a situation. But I know that a lot of other people, I've talked to a lot of other people that, they do wonder whether or not security, because it's not like, it's not like anywhere else. I mean, it's like security's there, but it's not like they're everywhere all the time, right? So, I have seen in Facebook groups where some people felt like a certain incident left them with some concern. But me personally, I have never felt unsafe. I've never been concerned. And I've always felt like, or presumably at least, that if I ever needed security, they would be there for me. So.
Yep. Eddie?
Well, I'll tell you that it's like any other, I treat it like any other place. I mean, if I walk around Brooklyn at night in the dark, either by myself or with Alice, I mean, how much more scary walking around on a cruise ship could be? I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen no matter where you're at. We just go there and try to do the best. And I am alert of what's coming around me or who walks around me or how we get closer to people or stuff like that. Yes, you always have to be aware of your surroundings. And especially that Alice is very naive when it comes to that. She doesn't see things like I see them. She's more specific, more, she trusts a lot of stuff that goes around her. Me, on the other hand, I'm always looking with a third eye because you never know. I like to see how people move their arms, how they walk, how they look at other people, and the way they sit down on the table and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm not worried. I'm just we're there. We're gonna have a good time. I try to limit myself. If I'm gonna say something loud, I make sure that I think about it first before I get myself in trouble. Sometimes I could open my mouth and get myself in a quick runaround. And I mean, just do the best you can and be alert. Just watch your surroundings. Be careful what you're doing. Do research before you cruise where you're going, so you know what you're getting yourself into. And there's places where you need to be in a group, no matter what. When you go to New York City, be in a group. Don't be by yourself at night. I will not recommend that. I don't care how tough you are. Do not be by yourself. Always hang around with other people that you know that you trust to have your back. Other than that, just be happy about it. Don't concern and be have fun, but at the same time, be conscious.
Yep. I know that we've been telling our granddaughter to travel not by herself in New York City for a few years now for that same reason. I've never felt unsafe on a cruise. However, this last cruise, the automatic door closer did not work as well as I thought it would, because on Carnival, that sucker slams with the power of God sometimes. You can't stop it from closing. Well, I was on this Norwegian ship, and I noticed that the door didn't close. A couple of times we walked away from the door, and I went back. And baby's like, "Where are you going?" I said, "The door didn't close all the way." So I had to, pull it shut. So
Eliminate the sound when you let it go, because sometimes like 4 o'clock in the morning, those doors could be real loud and just it makes no sense, So
yeah, on Carnival, you can bet your bottom dollar that door is going to be closed. But I did notice that discrepancy on the Prima. Other than that, I do have a story. Whenever I was a really, really young boy, me and my mom went somewhere. We rented a room. Well, in the middle of the night, this other couple walks in the door, just smooth, walks in the door. They had double sold the room. So whenever you are traveling, use the alternate locks. They are there for your safety. And my mom wasn't too happy about that. I remember packing up and going to another hotel that night.
Well, for me, because we travel with little kids, and because Scott has been telling us these stories about crew members and little kids, I'm more vigilant with the kids when they're on the cruise. Like, okay, you can't walk to the kids club. You can't go to the Lido deck by yourself.
Nope, nowhere.
We have to go with you. I'm more vigilant on that part. Mm-hmm. But like Eddie, I welcome somebody coming in my room.
Not me. I'd rather avoid it altogether.
Not me. If they're willing to come in, it's like the cruise nuts said. They better have their
be ready to meet God.
Better be ready to meet God.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, for me, right? So like my kids are grown, but if based on, because here's how I feel about the crew member pedophilia, right?
Right.
For the incidents that we've heard about, there's just no mistaking. There's way more out there that just haven't gotten caught yet.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
That's just my personal opinion, and I feel like I'm right about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are.
So if my kids were little and we were still cruising with them, that I would still cruise, but my kids going to the kids club days would be over. Mm-hmm. I would never send my kids to the kids club again, just because, right? One incident, maybe two, possibly as many as we've heard in the last couple of months. I'd be completely done with it now. My kids would probably be upset about it, but that would just have to be one of those things where, I put my foot down about it and that would be it. And the kids would have to get over it. So I just would not trust it anymore. But other parents have to make their own decisions.
Right. And we can now start the party because the fellas have made it in. House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it. And they're saying 4 days.
I know.
4 days.
They're going to party like it's 1999. Yahoo.
That's right. Traveling on the beautiful blue seas has made it in.
That's
man.
Justin.
That is Justin. We sailed with Justin on the Glory, and this is a fun guy right here. This is Rob's friend. They both live in Canada, and Justin is getting his channel kicked off the ground. And let me tell you, he's doing a pretty good job at it too.
Yes, he is.
If you have not joined his channel, please do so now.
I'll head over there and check it out.
Yes. And he dropped his link in the chat. So yeah. Go ahead and hit that link and hit that thing like we all want everybody else to do for us.
Hit it.
And Cruise Nuts says, we always feel safe on a cruise ship. I am more worried about my own actions with myself and how I behave.
Stop it.
I mean, you got to think about this too, right? Alcohol is a big factor in a lot of these incidences. And where else are you going to find lots and lots of unlimited alcohol?
Yep.
Yes.
Other than a cruise ship.
Right.
And
let's see. Can't Stop Walking says, our last cruise, the wife felt someone was following her one night. I had went to the room earlier. So to combat this, we will stay close from now on. Yes. When she moves, I move.
Right.
When she moves, I move. That's without a question. I'm the only one that is roving around by himself, on a cruise ship. But I do feel safe. Like you said, the cameras, and the fact that we're going on all these brand new ships with cameras every corner you look up, there's cameras everywhere.
Yes, the new ships, but the older ships, to my absolute astonishment, have very few cameras, and apparently, at least on Carnival's older ships, not in the corridors.
Yep. Captain Billy J. Travel says, I felt unsafe with Eddie and Helen.
You better be, homeboy. You better be.
Yep. House of X, whenever we were on a ship, we travel as a group.
Yeah.
Every time, Captain, I went like this to him, you could see him square crying.
Jennifer from Embarkation Nation has made it in. Hello. Welcome in.
Hi. Good morning.
Hey, Jen.
Okay, Can't Stop Walking says there is one piece you can buy that locks you in your room that only you can remove. Yep. They got stuff out there for it, believe it. Kathy Mills has made it in.
Yes,
good morning.
Good morning.
It's very nice pleasure to meet this lady up in Helen.
Yes.
And I was able to see a face with the chat.
I know y'all had a blast.
Oh, we had a great time up there with a bunch of people.
And speaking of older ships with no cameras on them, I know that Eddie has been working on this cruise for a very long time. And let's see where the no camera cruise is going.
Well, October 28th this year, we'll be leaving out of Tampa, going on the Carnival Paradise. Leaving out of Tampa, we're going to go down to Key West for a full day of fun down there on the Keys, and having a great time with some Cuban coffee and some other good stuff down there. From there, we're going to go to Montego Bay, Jamaica, and Grand Cayman, and an excellent 6-day cruise leaving out of Tampa. Would you like to come along with us? We still have a couple cabins available. Get in touch with Bruce at Ocean Touch and Travel to get your cabin. You put your deposit down, pay off your cabin by July, and get ready to cruise with all of us. All of us are going to be in it. The whole Go Live Together crew going to be in the ship. Also, Alice Lugo Studios, traveling with Tinkerbell, Cruise Nuts, Ross from Orange Cone Blog will be there too, and many, many other people. Even James Catani is going to be there too with his wife. Cindy, we met them in Helen this past weekend. June and Brady will be there too. Scotty from Controls Cruising will be there too. I mean, a very nice big group of personnel will be there. Even Captain Mills is gonna be on this cruise too. So let's go. Get in touch with Bruce. Come on alone and let's get hopping, and we enjoy what we're gonna have. So it's gonna be it is a smaller, older ship and smaller. So we be more concentrated between us and have a good time. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be excellent. Check out the video and be ready to call Bruce. Right? Check you out.
Lugo Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
All right. And Captain Billy J says, my door magnet was stolen off my cabin door on the MSC Seashore. Security said they didn't have cameras in the corridor to help catch the thief.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's stuff that's gonna happen.
Yeah, for some reason they're not putting them in the corridors. I don't know if they feel like, like if they feel like the corridors, I mean, obviously you wouldn't have cameras in the rooms, right? Because of, privacy.
Mm-hmm.
If they feel like the corridors are, an extension of that in-room policy, because it's kind of like where your rooms are.
Right.
But I feel like corridors are public spaces.
Yep.
So I feel like the cameras should be there. I mean, I feel like you should not be outside of your cabin in any condition that you wouldn't be, say, like in the atrium.
Correct.
Right. So I feel like the corridors should have cameras in them because, but
even hotels have cameras on the holes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So, and then in a cruise ship, it's a hotel in the water. So.
And I just, and then you have to put the cruise line mentality behind the absence of them, and just ask yourself, is there some, strategic
Anti-liability thing.
Yeah, or some anti-liability issue why they would not do that. So
Absolutely. Jennifer pointed this one out. She said, I also feel like kids know when something is up. One cruise, she was not a fan of a person in Camp Ocean, and her behavior was different. We didn't see anything out of the normal, but didn't push it. Yeah.
It doesn't feel right. Don't push.
Yeah, and
exactly.
Jennifer also says she just stayed with us more that cruise. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Something happened that, yeah.
And Bamanola Adventures has made it in. Hello, welcome.
And he's a robot builder, if y'all didn't know. Bama builds robots.
Who would have thought it?
I didn't. And it works. His robots work.
Mm-hmm.
And will he eventually be building androids with positronic brains or what?
I don't know.
I don't know. That robot was cool though. Adventures with Roxanne has made it in. Good
Yes.
morning.
Hey, Brock, I met Roxanne too in Helen.
Nice. Y'all had a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, that will work.
We would have to do like Scott did to get to Galveston. Planes,
Trains, and automobiles.
Yeah,
no.
to get to Helen, we would have to do.
If we just happened to be in Georgia on that weekend, maybe.
Yeah. If
Because
we're in Georgia,
what I want to do is take the family to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay?
Yeah, chat is
because they got this aquarium that will blow your mind. Like,
no, listen. They've even more than that. I have friends that live in Chat. Okay, and they've lived in other places in Tennessee, but the place they kind of settled on long term is Chattanooga, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is an underground, like there's like a cave. It's like it's like any other commercially accessible cave, right? Like you got to pay to get in it, right? Mm-hmm. And I forget the name of it, and I've been to a lot of caves. This one is absolutely mind blowing. It's got these massively like tall chambers and stuff like that. It is definitely a place you have to go and visit if you're in Chattanooga. Of course, you also have to go see the Choo Choo.
Yes, the Choo Choo, the dining car that they got out there parked by the aquarium. They got this big old just to do out there by the aquarium. I went there as a little kid, and I want to go back. You know, aside from the Toyota Center, it's got the longest escalator you will ever ride. 7 stories tall. 7-story tall escalator, straight right up, and then you just meander your way back down the 7 floors, and the fish get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger the closer you get down toward the bottom floors. It is awesome. It's a great experience. Yep. And don't look now, but
hey, we got a super chat from you and you and you. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Lucky, for
Thank you,
that
Lucky.
super chat. We always appreciate that. Yep.
I know people are wondering, who is Lucky?
Yeah, I know. Well, see, this is what I need, an inbound supper chat, because I'm getting hungry. Ooh. Ruby Falls. Does that sound familiar?
Yep.
I mean, that might be the name of it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that. I just don't know the name of it, but I know that it's there, and I've seen video and stuff like that of it, and it looks pretty extraordinary.
That'll work. And with the robot, Bama says, Jeremy, I will be doing a lot of lives Wednesday through Saturday with the robot. So
because he's in a competition.
I got to check my notification bell, man. I know that you're gonna have fun with that.
Yeah. I said, Jeremy, look what Bama built.
The kids are into robotics, and you know, it naturally got our attention because we got this thing, this bird that magically goes in the sky and comes back down. I still don't get the whole process, but I love it. Yes, competition. Okay, that'll work. All right. So with that, we will let you know who is coming on for the remainder of the day on YouTube.
Oops.
Oopsie.
And we don't seem to have a lineup for today, but I know that coming up at 11 will be a Moment in the World with Darian. At 12 o'clock, Mr. Cruise Pet has a premiere on YouTube. Also, Mayhem and Miracles will be sometime live today around that time, noon or a little bit after. 1 o'clock will be Roy and Becky's Travels, 1 p.m. live. 5 p.m. This evening will be premiere from Bot Files. 7 p.m. will be a premiere from Cruise Nuts. And 8 o'clock will be none other than Have Luggage Will Travel. And some other people coming up too. So
nice. That's a good lineup.
It is. It's a good lineup.
JC has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Captain Billy J says, I plan on seeing BattleBots in Vegas in July and August.
Okay.
Yeah. So you never know. I mean, we are cruising people who just happen to have YouTube videos and everything, but you never know what a person's passion is until you truly dig in.
That's what I told Bama, a hidden talent.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got passions that they would love to share. And, I would strongly suggest that you get that content out. That way people can see what you're passionate about and,
hit
you're
that
knowledgeable
notification
about.
so you won't miss nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was all over the place this weekend.
Yep.
Me too. Me and Alice were too. Yeah.
Getting pineapple.
Yep.
And then we had Scott duck in the snow. So we were all
running after boxes.
Running after boxes. That would have been
I
a
would
great
have loved
video.
to see that.
We need.
Let me tell you, it was nonstop. Like even my neighbor came over. Like I was like, "Who's ringing the doorbell?" I opened the door. My neighbor's like, "I just want to let you know, like your cans fell." I was like, "Yeah, for the 10th time." Yeah.
And, that Ring doorbell footage might be available in 2098.
That's right.
Because that would be funny.
Yes.
I'm so serious.
TBA.
Dance moves? Oh,
Dance
snap.
moves.
Somebody brought it up. So let's let's let Scott lead us out today, shall we?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
What do we want to do with this? We want to let Scott lead us out today?
Yes.
Okay, well, if that is the case, thank you guys so much for catching the replay, for coming into the live stream. We really, really appreciate you guys for coming in today. As always, y'all take care of each other out there. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Bye.
This video